30 of them on the kitchen counter. I had Larousse Gastronomique, that big giant culinary encyclopedia that's on the desk in the classroom. Escoffier's, Le Guide de Technique. I had Jacques Pepin. I had almost my entire culinary library out looking for this, and it's not there. You're in trouble. Okay?
Me?
So that's why I sent that message through WebEx, because I was wrong in the pronunciation of the term that I gave you, and I wanted to make sure that I corrected it. Okay? So it just goes to show those notebooks are handy. It took me a good 4 hours to finally track down the right term, which is Nataispe. That's when you make a, it's in WebEx, and I even gave you a phonetic spelling of it, okay? But guys, when, my point here is that when you have so much information, sometimes it starts getting crisscrossed in your mind, and it's hard to keep it in check, right? So, and if you're wrong, own it. You know, I made a mistake, and if nobody here would have known any different, but that's called integrity. You know, if you're wrong and you know you're wrong, don't have 30 people go out with the wrong information, okay? Make sure that you're correcting yourself first, because if one of you had found out, probably somebody like Janelle, she would have found out and then come back and tried to be smart aleck about it, okay? And said, well, you were wrong, you know. Okay, I was wrong. I admit it, I own it. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong, okay? But find the correct answer, find the correct information, and then, you know, now guess what? We all know the correct answer to it. I was close, I just had a couple of vowels wrong, or consonants wrong. So one of the cuts that we've been working on, or trying to work on, is the tournée. 7-sided, football-shaped cut, right? Why do we cut it like that? Not just to traumatize Jackie and Emma, okay? But because they'll roll in the pan. So what I'm going to make here today, I'm going to make Pomme Rissole. Pomme, Pommes, is the French word for potato, okay? Actually, it's pomme de terre, which actually translates to apple. Okay, but pomme de terre is apple of the earth. So potato, right? They grow on the ground. Yeah. So pomme de terre. We just call it pomme rissole. Rissole, Rissolet. Rissole means to brown in the pan. Okay? Rissole potatoes. Maybe you've heard of them? Anybody? No? Okay. So what we did was we blanched our potatoes. We actually cooked them all the way through, but we blanched them a la anglaise. If you ever see a recipe that says anglaise or a la anglaise, it means in the English style, meaning that all we did was boil them in salted water. It's the French's way of saying to the English, you can't cook and all you can do is boil in salted water, right? So we blanch or we cook our potatoes in salted water, okay? How do we shock potatoes? Do we shock potatoes? No, no, no. We don't shock them. Why do you shock them? We know why we shock, right? To stop the cooking process. But potatoes are very porous. They're like mushrooms. Okay, if we put them in, how do we typically shock something, Emma?
Boil it, and then
And then we cool it off in cold water, right? we plunge it into cold water to stop the cooking process. But if we do that with potatoes, they're gonna absorb a whole lot of that water. So then if we go to do this, then we've got all that water coming out and we're not gonna get that nice color.